LifeWave for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using LifeWave daily and their families. Big, big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really, really, really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Well, hi, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our Testimonial Tuesday call. I'm your co-host, Robin Blank Mascari, and we have a special guest this evening, and that's Dr. Jeffrey. So we'll be introducing him in a minute, but I just want to give a little structure for our call. We start out with testimonials, and those who raise their hand first get to share first. So, what?
I don't think it's been that hot yet. Pony puts a big fire at night.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll figure this out. Okay. Gregory and I are your co-hosts along with Dr. Jeffrey Hubbard this evening. And how we do this call, we start out in the very beginning with you. And you get to share your stories, and your stories are the lifeblood of the business. And for those of you that want to grow your business, the quality and quantity of your stories is directly reflected in your paycheck. But more importantly, what we're all here for is to really, make a difference in other people's lives and give people hope. So by hearing your stories, other people get inspired to reach out and share with their loved ones because it can make a difference to them. So we'll start out with your stories and be brief, be compliant, and be done. And compliant for those of you that are brand new, and we want to welcome everybody, especially a special warm welcome for those of you that are with us for the first time. A compliant story talks about what it was like before. What were your limitations? What couldn't you do? What hurt? Or what you couldn't sleep, you were hurting, you weren't able to do because you didn't have the energy or the mental clarity. And then what you used, which patch, and now what you can do and how you feel. So all of that done in less than a minute. Beautiful. No naming of any diseases. We don't claim to heal, cure, or prevent any diseases. We don't diagnose or treat, but just know that when you share symptoms only, that keeps you very compliant. You don't ever want to name anything. So then you get your turn. So raise your hands because the first ones get to go first. And then after that, and if there's not enough hands up, then I call on directors and above. Everybody knows that one. So you might want to put your hand up already. And then we bring on our special guest, which is Dr. Jeffrey. And then after that, we're going to do some Q&A. So let's jump in. And we'll start with the hands that went up first and the rest of you. And please wait until we're just about, 15 minutes into the program before you start putting your questions in, as we don't have a separate chat for Q&A. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful, because I don't want to lose your questions. So we will start out with Dr. Velvet. So, she's already got her line unmuted. It was so wonderful to see you, my dear.
You too. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
I have a wonderful story that is just tickling me, and sometimes I have to really settle myself down. My husband has been hard of hearing for quite some time. He had a gunshot that went off in his ear and kind of really messed it up for him. And he's been consistent with the X39 now for 9 months. He's been wearing the patches 2 years, but it was kind of like, come on, put your patch on. So for about 9 months, he's been willing to put his own patch on. And the other morning he woke up and he realized, oh my gosh, I can hear out of that ear. He said it was so crystal clear that it just blew his mind. And so now it's like he's wearing all kinds of patches. Like he took his shirt off the other day and he was covered in patches. So he is really excited, and I'm excited for him.
It works. It works.
Yes.
No, let me ask you, when was that wound to his ear from the gunshot?
That was probably about 3 years. No, it's been longer than that. I'd have to say it's been about 8 years.
Okay.
So 8 years
So-
is not that difficult.
So he's been without hearing in that ear for 8 years, and now that he's been consistent for 9 months, his hearings. But that's so well. Thank him for letting you share that. That is, and I think a lot of people could really, really benefit from that. And there's a few messages there: consistency and give it time, because it goes to what's most important first, but then it starts getting to other things later on, and the effects are cumulative, which is really exciting. So thank you, Dr. Velvet, for sharing that. That's wonderful. Okay, Deborah Hawkins, you're next. You want to unmute? Wonderful.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I want to make my testimony about my husband also. He would play pickleball 3 times a week and he didn't know when to stop. He would play for hours. Well, as soon as he would get done, I knew to have the ice packs ready for him. And we ended up investing in the Velcro ones where he can sit and have them on both knees. And I always knew the routine. He would get home, he would be exhausted, needing electrolytes, and have to get his knees done. Here he is.
Hi, everybody. I'm one of the many miracle childs with this product. Just one.
All right.
Hey, good to see you guys.
So anyway, by being on X39 and X49, he ended up, I want to say probably just weeks. He started sleeping better within a day or two. He said his sleep was deeper, and I noticed he didn't toss and turn as much, but I also noticed he didn't need the ice anymore. And he goes, what's going on? I go, it's the patches.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Deborah, for sharing. That's exciting. And I'll tell you, baby booners and pickleball and LifeWave are a match made in heaven. And what he's been doing is typical what a lot of other baby boomers are doing. They love it so much they overdo it and then they pay. And thank God we have patches. So hanging out at the pickleball courts is a great place for business. Okay, thank you, Deborah. So Linda, you're next.
You can hear me, right?
We can hear you and we can see you.
Okay, so I have a couple of success stories. One is my husband. Whenever he would play golf, he would end up with like a knot off the right side of his spine, like a burning and then a stabbing, the one that, takes your breath away. So then he couldn't golf for, who knows, a week, 2 weeks. He was in severe pain. So X39 and then the Eon patch right on that point of pain, that knot. He has the pain no longer. So total success. I had a miracle, and I'll make this brief. So I was vaccine injured and was in a lot of pain, 40 milligrams of prednisone to get me out of the pain. Basically, I couldn't use my arms, legs. It was not pretty. Anyway, 16 months later, I was introduced to X39 LifeWave. And about 5 weeks in, I went and had my blood drawn by my rheumatologist. And when they ran the report, my blood markers were back to normal, the C-reactive protein and the ESR. You tell me, mind you, I was that way for 16 months. So he kind of patted me on the back. They didn't book me an appointment. I haven't heard from them. All's well. So that's about it.
Well, congratulations. And you know, there's many different kinds of vaccinations, and David did a call, and I'm echoing. I don't know why. And he discovered when he researched the blood of people that have been vaccinated, because a lot of people in our community has, and he just wanted to understand what impact the patches would have. And there were spiked inflammatory markers and reduction in inflammation, and people that used the patches did way better. And like your CRP, which is the C-reactive protein, that's one of the markers for inflammation. Is it's normal. That is fabulous, because that, as many people know, is the root source of many diseases. So congratulations on wonderful blood work. Love it. Okay, so next we have Christina.
Well, good evening.
Hi.
I was just going to tell my story of how I was in so much pain that when we'd go to the grocery store, Costco, wherever, amusement parks, my husband always put me in a wheelchair and scooted me around because I couldn't handle it. My hip, my back, everything hurt just walking on those floors. And after conference, we went to an amusement park and walked all over it without wheelchairs, and even my 84-year-old mother did too.
I love it. I love it. Isn't it wonderful to have the energy and being pain-free and being able to have the mobility, so you can do what you love to do, which is walk around the park.
That's right. That's right. And she used, we've been on them for about 2 years, and we use X39 and X49 and Eon at night, and then other patches randomly.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's wonderful to hear, Christina. Okay, next we have Lavelle, and then Melissa after Lavelle. Lavelle, hello, my friend. Oh, we got Mijay too. Hi, guys.
You got 2 for 1.
I love
it. How you doing there, young lady? Oh, we love you more.
We'll fight
and you
about
know
that.
That's right.
So what kind of story do you want to share with us this evening?
Wow, let me see. I was just sitting here listening to everyone, and I was like, where do I start? Oh my gosh, there's so many victories. Woohoo! So like, I'm gonna start with curly fingers. Curly fingers and very sore knees and hip, to the point where I needed to have surgery. Well, that was 4 years ago when we got introduced to this product. And I'm here to say, my fingers are straight. Woohoo! My knees and my hip has not seen surgery. So give it praise. All right, thank you.
Well, thank you. That isn't it wonderful to avoid surgery? That's always a good thing.
Yes.
Good thing. So, I love hearing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yay for straight fingers. I have, my crooked one, the one that, got injured.
Yeah, the one I had. See,
yeah,
that was the one I had. But now I can
do that.
I can do that.
Hey, Robin.
I know.
Robin, I'm gonna jump in and give you a 6-second testimony.
Okay.
Guys, my wife got immediate results. It took me 30 days. I'm 64. I had pain in my knee because I used to run 8 miles a day when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to run 5 miles in the morning, 3 at night. I had a first-degree black belt when I was 16. So I just wanted to be the best of the best. Guys, I had pain in my knee, but in 30 days, it's gone, guys. So for those who may be new on here, guys, some people get immediate results. Some people it take a little time, but stick with it, guys, and you will get the benefits. Thanks, Robin, for letting us share.
You know what? Another thing is, Robin, I'm so excited. Another thing is that my skin.
Yeah.
My skin. Oh my gosh. I'll be 60 next year. And I am so excited about my skin.
Isn't it fun to be proud of those years,
Oh, fun to feel good about yourself.
Thank you.
It's okay to feel good about yourself. It's okay to praise and look like, wow, God blessed you. God is blessing you. And this right here is a blessing. LifeWave will reverse aging.
Uh-oh.
Okay, thank you guys. I think you need to get some energy bills, okay? Okay, thank you. And what Lavelle said, I think is really, really important, is we need to give it time. A lot of people are saying a month for every decade. And if someone says, well, I want to try it for a month, I won't even sell it to them. I said, if you're not willing to commit to 3 months, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Okay, Melissa, it's your turn, my dear.
Hello. So I have an animal one. People may know my cat Teddy in the past, he used the X39. He had a previous pelvic injury that caused a lot of, it was not allowing him to walk. And the vet really thought he just needed to be put to sleep. He did not see any hope for him. It only took him 2 or 3 weeks, X39, he was walking. He's now a normal walking cat. I had a second kitty. She actually has a pellet by her spinal cord. And again, Teddy took 2 or 3 weeks. Tiramisu took 2 months to walk again. And so they're both walking now. This past Friday, I got this little girl from the shelter. This leg is totally, completely no feeling, no nothing. The doctor's seen it twice, same vet. And after a couple of days, he does not think that it's going to move again. We have scheduled surgery to remove it December 5th. He knows, my doctor knows that I see a challenge in that. We have a patch on a collar. She is starting her patches today. And we're gonna give it the 5 weeks, and we're gonna see if we can get her leg moving again. Because so far we're 2 for 2 with the animals, and we're hoping to get this little girl done too. So we're gonna try.
We look forward to the follow-up story in a month or so to tell us about that sweet new little kitty. And
we definitely will.
3 for 3. All right.
And these guys help so much because, of course we all encounter the people that don't think this is going to work, but I have such proof in my house that they do. Beautiful. So no paid actors in my house.
And there's no placebo effect with animals.
Very much benefiting from these. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Melissa. That was wonderful. I'm so happy for your animals. Okay, now we have Victoria. Want to unmute your line, Victoria? Great.
I'm unmuted. I'm here to tell you, after almost 10 years of being out on the road with my husband, led to a very sedentary lifestyle. Now, patches have been part of our kit, our wellness for about 3 years now, and it's phenomenal what they've done. But now that we're home, we've joined a gym, and I am taking class after class after class. I'm wearing my X39, I'm wearing my X49, and I'm wearing the energy enhancers. And I tell you, I'm not having an issue. Recovery is super fast. I don't have a lot of sore muscles, and I am down 15 pounds.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had a picture, I had my trainer take a picture of me today to send to you. So today I will brag. I was in the gym with my trainer, and I was on the machines today, and I was at the highest weight on each machine that I've ever had. And
congratulations.
What happened to you? And I had X39, X49, and energy enhancer on. So we're twins. There you go. I love it. Okay, we got 2 more hands, or 1 more hand, and then we're going to move on. So Linda Addington, you're next, my dear.
Hey, Robin. Hi, guys. Let me open my camera as well.
Yes.
So I just want to say, I know the lighting. I want to do a shout out to Lavelle and Michelle, because I met them at the Hyatt in a convention. And they were like, I didn't know they were on our team, and they supported me in such a way, like we just hung out and met each other. And the next day I was next to someone who was in so much pain, and I happened to have energy enhancer in my purse, and Michelle was like, let's put it on his knee. And she just like kind of like stood in and supported me. And I didn't, we met a day before, but we had such good connection that I just trusted her. And she's like, here, give me the patches. I'm going to put it on this guy's knee and give him some for his hip. And we're still in contact. And I just want to shout out to you guys because I love you so much. You were so helpful. And that's so great. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. And we have an amazing community. I mean,
yeah.
It's a bunch of love bugs is what it is, And for those of you that are new, I hope I didn't offend you. We just love each other. That's all. And it's a group of people that really care about other people. And from that place we share, and then we get to change lives and hear miracle stories like we've heard tonight. So now we're going to transition into the next part of our program. Is Dr. Jeff with us, honey? Yes, great. There he is. Okay, I get to introduce Dr. Jeffrey Hubbard. He's an MD out of Dallas, Texas. He has a practice out there. He also does teleconferencing for anyone that wants to visit with him. He has been a tremendous help to people on our team, and we'll ask him to put his contact info in the chat. And he has a business called Comedicare. He's absolutely committed to educating people on prevention and health. And we are thrilled that he's part of our community. He's been a selfless servant and tremendously generous with his wisdom. So welcome, Dr. Jeff.
Hi there, lady.
Hey, where are you? Yay, we finally got to meet.
I know, I'm still feeling all the love from all the hugs and everything last week. Like, that was just amazing to see all the people I've been talking to on Zoom and virtually and all of that good stuff, being able to see you guys in person. That was amazing.
Well, you've got a big fan club, I must say.
Listen, I didn't realize how big it was.
Isn't that fun?
A better perspective now.
Well, we're so grateful for you. So let's just jump in here, and I'll just ask you a few questions, then we'll open up for the audience to ask questions. As a doctor, you're an MD. And, this is a new technology. What is it that really captured you to the point that you said, you know what, this is important. I want to share it. I want to use it. What got you?
Well, it came at a really interesting time because I was introduced to LifeWave February 14th, 2020. So we were right in the midst of all of the pandemic stuff, and things were shifting, things were changing with our healthcare system. And I was just really disappointed with some of the things that I was seeing happening, the amount of people that weren't getting the type of care and the type of support that they needed to get better. And, I was like, wow, I remember looking at the 15th anniversary booklet and thinking to myself, if this is real and this has the capability to do what it says that it can do, this is a game changer. And I was just really excited about, a natural approach to improving the way the body works and helping to reverse the aging process. I mean, that was just right up my alley. And then you very rarely with direct sales companies see longevity and in-house research and third-party, double-blind placebo studies. And I was like, whoa, I mean, this is right, like, it was just so fitting. So I got excited about it and did some digging and some reading. And then I put the patch on, and I was one of the lucky people that, within about 3 or 4 hours, I just kind of started feeling better. I don't even really know how to properly describe it, but I remember sleeping like a baby that next night. And I was like, whoa, there's really something about this that's real. So excited.
Beautiful. So there are several things that got you interested, the fact that the company been around a while, the fact that they do real research,
Right.
the fact that, it's natural, safe, and affordable. And that's really where you come from, is really helping people take a more natural route. And we love having you in our community, Dr. Jeff. So do you have a quick story that you've heard recently, or one of your favorites you want to quickly share with people that just kind of wowed you or said, this is the real deal?
Actually, I do. So many of you know that my cousin Cedric, he's also a brand partner, and he's been instrumental in introducing me to our team in the Philippines and getting that going. His mom is 94, and she's dealt with some challenges with heart failure and some other things, problems with circulation. She's an amputee. And I was just in California. You know, I went from Orlando to California for a talk, and I got the chance to sit with her. She's been in the rehab facility getting a new prosthesis and getting all of this work done in preparation for, you know, to walk again. And I got a call today. She's walking. Her prosthetic is officially working. And the podiatrist was saying, hey, guys, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because her circulation is not getting any worse. And I think 94 years old, that's really an impressive feat, because as you know, you hit that shelf and you start going down pretty significantly, exponentially, actually. And so she's sharp as a whip. She was telling me how disappointed she was in the Dodgers that they didn't make a deeper playoff run and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, lady, you're amazing to be telling me all of this stuff, like what's happening. So, you know, I got a report today. She's out of the hospital officially, back home, walking around. So I was just really thrilled about that.
Oh, it's so wonderful when you see someone transform and improve the quality of their life at 94.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. It's totally amazing. So let me ask you one more thing, then we'll open up for some questions. You know, for those people that are new and they're just getting introduced to this amazing technology, what are some words of wisdom on how to get the maximum benefit from utilizing this technology, Dr. Jeff?
So some key things that I tell people all the time. So these are the common ones that we all talk about, right? Water, 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 water. Proper mineralization, specifically copper, zinc, and magnesium. Magnesium, guys, almost all of us are deficient in magnesium. So I read a book that said you can hook up to a magnesium IV bag and still be deficient. So there's a huge need for magnesium. That's also a lot of the reason why people have irregularities in their blood pressure, all kind of stuff. But that's another story for another day. And then also the consistency, guys. I mean, you don't have to set your clock by it, but you want to make sure that you're wearing the patch the way it's recommended and all of that good stuff. And then another thing, guys, is mindset. I'm really starting to recognize that people who have a very optimistic and positive mindset about how the technology works, they see results faster than people who are negative Nellies. And I don't have any evidence or proof to support that, but that's what I'm starting to notice, is that people who are upbeat, they say, wow, this is an opportunity to repair, rebuild, regenerate. They seem to get results faster than somebody's like, oh, are you sure this is going to work? Or is this going to interact with my medicines, or all this kind of stuff? So guys, I just encourage you to peel and stick and let the magic happen. And just remember those couple of things. You want to be able to get your adequate amount of water, and you need to have some sort of multivitamin with all your 90 essential minerals, vitamins, and nutrients.
I love it. So I hope everyone heard Dr. Jeff saying that our mindset affects the effectiveness of the patches. When you're putting your patches on, to do it with intention. And we know a lot of people do that, and it's vibrational medicine. It's listening, and it does make a difference. So consistency, hydration, mineralization, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, have intention, have your mindset lined up that you're getting something truly amazing to support your well-being. Beautiful. Okay. And then finally, if people ask, how long can I expect to notice something? What do you say to them?
So I thought Melissa brought up a good point. I mean, she's dealing with animals, and she's like this amazing savior for animals, but it's the same deal with humans as well. You know, I think it's an individualized experience. Everybody's unique. You know, some people have a lot of things going on. Some people have a few things going on. You know, it takes years and years and years to develop these different conditions and things that you may be wanting to improve or reverse. So you can't expect for something to happen overnight. This is not it is magical, but it's not magic, right? So that's a really important takeaway, is that you got to give yourself time. So I like what you say. I really have been telling everyone, 1 month for each decade on Earth. And then, write those key things down that you want to see change, take pictures and things that you want to see up front so that you can make comparative analysis throughout the process, take pictures at 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. And, it's hard to tell when you're looking in the mirror day to day to day, but ask your family, ask your loved ones, ask your coworkers, ask people who see you, but they don't see you every day, maybe. What do have you noticed anything different? Have you noticed any changes? Sometimes people will just volunteer the information and say, wow, you look great. You look vibrant. You look like you're younger, or your mood's better, or what have you. So take that into consideration, because the other people's opinions can be really valuable in how the whole process is working.
Yeah, we're looking at ourselves every day, and someone who might not have seen us, like I was on the phone the other night with a friend from childhood, and we haven't talked to each other in a very long time. I didn't even know she was a grandmother. I didn't, it's like we reconnected, and she looked at me and she goes, "Oh my, you're looking really good, Robin." And my next birthday is 70, and I'm proud,
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. Okay, let's jump in and see what we got here. All right, Sunshower said, 72-year-old man has not been able to walk or use one arm for 70 years due to a prevalent condition in his 50s. Some people ended up in an iron lung to assist with his breathing. This condition has 5 letters starting with a P and ends with an O. Which patches and where would you recommend he place them?
Wow. I don't have any particular experience with that. What I would say in general, when I don't have any particular experience, I just say X39, 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 be aggressive. Also, glutathione probably would be helpful as well because of the nature of that issue. And so just take those 2 patches and work with those for maybe the first 4 to 6 weeks, see if you start to see improvements, and then make adjustments from there.
Beautiful. X39 foundational for everything. Love it. Okay, so question from a friend. This is from Annabelle. My work involves lots of walking and lifting. I experience pain after my work on my legs and hips. I'm using Ice Wave tan patch on my right sole and white patch on my left sole. There's still pain when I'm standing and walking, especially when I get up in the morning. When not working, normally I don't experience the pain. What do you recommend?
So did I hear Ice Wave or Energy Enhancer?
Well, she's putting Ice Wave, but the tan patch is going on her right sole and the white on her left.
Okay, so let's start by flipping those around. Tan should be left, white be right to start. And then to me, it depends upon where the pain is. Ice Wave can be kind of tricky, guys. It's like an art. So you have to play around with it. Everybody's not the same. And also, Eon and glutathione can be very great if your pain is inflammatory in nature. So sometimes Eon and glutathione can actually be better for pain if there's inflammation that's affecting the nerve, and that's why you have pain. If the pain is for another rationale, then maybe Ice Wave is good, and to move the flow of chi through Ice Wave could be valuable as well. But that kidney 1 location on the bottom of the feet is really good for a generalized pain relief. If you've got pain all over or just kind of a generalized issue, that can be great. In general, I like to use Ice Wave symmetrically, so you can just find acupuncture locations that are powerful. Some that are really great, right here, large intestine 4, just below the knees on the shins is stomach 36, kidney 3 on the inside of the ankles. All of those are really great as really strong acupuncture locations to begin to address pain. But you kind of can go right around the area that's painful as well to see if that can be beneficial.
Beautiful. Thank you. So white on right, tan on left. And kidney 1 is a great place for total body pain, and it opens up energy throughout the body. And of course, all the other things you talked about. Oh, Coach Clarissa says, we love you, Dr. Jeff.
Thanks, Coach. much.
Okay, Ruth says, when you use X39 on a pet, is it still only good for 12 hours?
So, because many of the animals are smaller, you're able to get away with a little bit, more utilization of the patch. So what I likely tell people is just use multi-purpose. You can use the patch on yourself and then apply it to the collar or put it in the bedding for the animal, and you kind of get 2 utilizations out of each patch before you need to discard.
Beautiful. Now we have 4 animals. We used to have 5. And they all wear patches, and we put them on their collars, and we take the collar off at night, and we change the patch, every 3-4 days. So that's what we do. And our 19-year-old cats are doing really, really well. One of them came back from the dead. He was not functioning at all, and now he's all over the place. So it's really fun to watch how fast the animals respond. Okay, Dr. Jeff, this is from David. He says, my wife has ringing in the ears for over 10 years. Help!
So David, right behind the ear is a little bony process. It's called the mastoid process of the skull. I had a lot of success just putting the X39 behind the affected ear. And
Great.
Sometimes that does the trick, but also, take it in consideration what may be the underlying cause of the ringing in the ear. If it's like inflammation in nature, then, we talked about glutathione and eon being helpful for any sort of inflammatory process. So pick and choose or do some sort of combination.
Great. Thank you. Try different things and see what works. Yeah. Okay. Tammy, do you have any ideas, Dr. Jeff, on which patches for postmenopausal hot flashes? Thank you.
Well, so things have changed a little bit, but I used to tell people Nirvana was really great for that, but I don't, Robin, are we still doing the tablets, or what's the deal? I think the tablets are discontinued,
Okay,
right?
so the situation with Nirvana, I ran into David in an elevator and I said, David, what's the schedule for the Nirvana patches coming back? And they will be back without the pills.
Okay.
And people get tremendous results, and they will be back, he said, before the end of the year. I didn't ask if I could say this publicly, but he shared it with me, so I'm sharing it with you guys.
We're going to do it. We'll ask for get permission later. But that's what so guys, the Nirvana, it works on the pituitary gland in the brain, and the pituitary gland is one of the endocrine hormone system regulators. So it helps the whole cascade of hormones down the way. So that has been what has been effective in my experience with, any sort of symptoms regarding changes in the hormone structure later.
Great. And have you heard about using SP6? I've tried that with people, and it's been amazing. SP6 on the spleen 6 on the left leg, hot flashes gone.
I'm gonna put it in my notes over here. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yep, yep. And any of the other, cyclical symptoms that women have during their cycle, monthly, it could be headaches, it could be, hot flashes, or, a variety of things. Try it. Okay, absolutely. I wish I had it when I was dealing with that, I'll tell you.
SP6 Complete is another patch that I think doesn't get enough credit. I mean, right. There's a lot of value to that one.
Yeah. Okay. So this next one mentions a disease state. I'm not going to go there. We don't name any diseases, so I won't be asking any questions that have a disease name in them. Please put symptoms only. Okay, question for Dr. Jeffrey. My sister is young and healthy, 86-year-old, and 2 weeks wearing X39 experienced hot flashes, like heat all over her body, then diarrhea, then 1 week later the same, except for vomiting and diarrhea.
Okay, so I think this is important for our conversation, and something to note for everybody is that your body is housing a lot of toxins, trauma, all kind of stuff. And when you introduce certain patches, X39, glutathione, they can help the body to eliminate those things. You don't necessarily get to pick and choose how you eliminate, unfortunately. So that can be considered as like a healing crisis, right? And I think that's a good thing. When somebody has a hot flash or something that kind of like a force field, I mean, it's described as a lot of different things. That to me means the patch is working. Now, obviously, if this happens over a long period of time or you just can't seem to shake it, then you need to look into what else might be going on. But if it's just a one-time loose stool, or a one-time, feel like you're regurgitating or something like that, then I think if it's unbearable, take the patch off, kind of drink a lot of water and kind of flush, and then do another application the next day or a couple of days from then. But in general, that doesn't sound bad to me. That just sounds like there was an elimination.
And that's, the body is amazing, and it's getting rid of things. And like Dr. Jeff says, if it's too uncomfortable, take the patch off and maybe wear it less time. She's 86 years old and the patches are powerful. So, gradually build up and have, like you said, drink a lot of water, because it's a really good thing that her body is eliminating these toxins. And I know it doesn't feel good. So that's the hard part. So Dr. Velvet says, I think that brandy enhanced whatever mindset we have. I was amazed. Okay. Jean says, what patch do you recommend for someone who's had 3 back surgeries, has a back stimulator, and is still in constant pain in the lower back?
Guys, this is a recurring question. I think this is probably the most prominent question that I get, is what to do with low lumbar back pain. It's literally a pain in the butt, right? So there's a couple of things. I really like this triangle method, okay? And this is a phenomenon in acupuncture where when there's involvement in a triangular position, that stimulates and kind of creates a synergy for healing in that area. So normally, if this is the triangle, I put the area where the vertebrae is damaged. So most commonly is L4, L5. Sometimes L3, L4 is included as well. So either you can do the triangle up or you can do the triangle down. And so the triangle consists of ice wave, tan on the left, white on the right. And then at the bottom of the triangle, the point of the triangle, you have glutathione and eon, which is probably really good for people who have low back pain, because it's likely a lot of scar tissue and inflammation and a lot of stuff going on. And then you wear that during the day, and then you put X39 on at night. Okay, beautiful. Do you ever recommend people do core exercises to strengthen their core? Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, the whole rationale behind that is your vertebrae are sitting on top of each other, and each level you have these spinal roots that project out. And when that vertebrae leans one way or the other, it can pinch down on those roots, which we call a radiculopathy. And so that's really the nature of what's happening in the pathophysiology there. And so the X39 eventually can rebuild some of those shock absorbers, but that takes time. So in the meantime, between time, while the X39 is helping to rebuild some of that tissue, you have to do some pain relief and some reduction in the inflammation. So other things, as Robin mentioned, if you stimulate your core, if you do some stretching and some exercising and some other things like that. Also, a huge thing is how you sleep, so there's a lot of different devices and different things that you can position yourself with so that you get a good night's rest and you don't put a lot of stress on the nerve while you're sleeping. Beautiful. So during the day, it's the short game for instant or rapid relief. And at night, it's the long game of regenerating those damaged cells that are causing the problem. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay.
Christina, ever since 2020, stuff that went around, I've had mucus at the back of my throat. What patches should I use and where should I place them?
Christina, so this is going to be a miracle, right? This point right here at the bottom of your neck, this is like what I call all things throat. So if you can put X39 here, you can put glutathione there, you can put Eon there. This place just cleans all of this up. It will help to get those lymph nodes and everything going, and should do the trick.
All right, good to know. Okay, let's see. I'm scrolling, see if there's anything else. Dr. Jeff, this is from Wendy. What do you recommend for use when the legs give out? No pain, but they just can't walk temporarily. They just buckle and collapse.
You know, again, when I don't have an immediate answer, I go to X39. And so I would put that normally if you're having nerve-related issues with the legs, that means that there's something going on in the lower back, right? Because that's where those nerves come out to support leg function. So I would patch around, you know, the lower lumbar area or lower to see if that helps stimulate things and get things going. But I would have a more succinct answer if I knew a little bit more about why you were having sort of that circumstance happen. So if you need to send me some more information to better understand what's going on, I'll be more than willing to answer a little bit more in depth.
And would you write your information in the chat, please?
Yes, ma'am.
So people can reach out to you, and I'll share a story from Christina while you're doing that. So you don't have to pay attention. It's not a question. I wanted to share my story about looking younger. Last 4th, I was walking through the park in town I raised my kids in, and friends that I hadn't seen since 2008, and they all said, "What have you been doing? You look the same as when you left here." By the way, they all signed up as brand partners. Love it.
That's awesome.
And Ravel is quoting you, "Peel and stick and let the magic happen." Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, Ravel, because I was going to say that. I love it. Okay, we're going to take time for one more question here because we're at that time. This is from Marty. Non-malignant brain tumor on the brainstem causing coughing, voice loss, and much pain. Suggestions on a protocol.
So typically here, anything intracranially, right? The brainstem actually starts here and goes down. That's a HAP protocol sort of approach. And so guys, there's a great protocol, energy enhancer here and here, white in the front, tan in the back, energy enhancer, brown on the left, white on the right, and then glutathione and Eon. And you literally apply the adhesive side into the hat and wear the hat for however long you can per day. And so, Robin, you said you call it the smart hat, the thinking cap. I love it. I love it, the thinking cap. So, but also that stimulates brain activity, that stimulates so many different things. So that should help the healing process. And obviously you want to wear X39. I probably will wear that on the back of the neck just for full body experience. But you know, I've seen some really powerful things happen when you wear that hat protocol.
Thank you so much. The HAT protocol, and it's different for every person. And Gregory and I like to call it our smart hat. Like if we want to be really focused or doing writing or working on projects, you know, it's not just for people that have had, you know, challenges. It's for all of us. And try it and see what you notice. It's actually quite fun. Well, there's a whole bunch more questions, and I'm sad to say our time has come to an end. And so at this time, I get to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to be with us tonight. And if you're new and you're just checking us out, our invitation is get started. Because the sooner you get started, the sooner you're going to see the benefits, and the products come with a guarantee. We have a wonderful customer program if it's just for yourself, but if you're the kind of person that can't not share, you never know what's going to happen. I had no intention of building a business, and I have a really substantial business now because I couldn't not share, and then felt a responsibility to share. So the products come with a guarantee, so do get started. And if you do share, then the company does compensate you very nicely. So Dr. Jeff, a joy, a pleasure. I love learning from you every time you're here. I'm so glad we finally got to meet. We just barely saw each other, but it was better than not, you know? And thank you everyone once again for being with us this evening. So at this time, we're going to say goodbye. And you can unmute and say thank you if you'd like.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you, Dr. Jeff.
No, thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you.
Thank you.
Come again.
It's awesome.
Thank you, Robin.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Jeffrey. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Jeff.
Dr.
Jeff. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Dr. Jeff.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff.
You did an awesome job.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Jeff, thank you. Hello, Philippines.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff. Thank you, Robin.
Bye.
Good night.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.